Right, metalheads, this is DJ Rem in the Crushed Beyond Dust show, and I have Peter from the band Despite live on the line right now. How you doing today, man?
Oh yeah, doing great.
So
How
why
about you?
don't you introduce yourself and the members of the band that are not with us today, if you would?
Okay, I'm Peter, the lead singer. We we have a guitarist called Andre Gonzalez. We have another guitarist called Timmy Leng, and we have a drummer called Oscar Nilsson, and a bass player called Mattias Dagerhed.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
How long has Despite been together as a band?
Actually, since '98, but I joined in 2012, so I don't know too much about the history of the band, actually.
Okay, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Well, I want to thank you for hitting me up with email and sending me tracks and stuff to preview because I mean, I believe if I remember correctly, that's how this came to happen.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no problem.
So yeah, I've been playing the couple tracks you sent like pretty much nonstop on my show.
That's great. Thanks for that.
So now I just need to get more tracks to play.
Oh yeah. Hopefully soon.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you may know the answer to this question, you may not, but do you know what kind of brought this band together back in the day when they started, or even, I guess, if not, you can just talk about what brought you into the band when you joined.
I joined in 2012, and that was due to me and Andre have had been talking about like doing stuff together musically for years, and finally when the opportunity came up, I was really thrilled to try out, and they had more or less already made up their minds that I was gonna join, but yeah, all went smooth and feels great being in this band.
Nice. I think your vocals complement this band really well. I think I think they're badass, to be
Ah,
honest.
thanks a lot. Do my best.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so how often do you guys get together and practice and whatnot?
That's not very often, but we've put real much time into like getting songs ready and getting them out there on the internet for people to listen to. So we haven't really put any efforts into booking live gigs. We've only done two gigs since I joined, so and that was in Stockholm and Gothenburg. Uh, yeah, so we're planning on going on tour, hopefully in 2015.
Okay, well that's very cool. You have to let me know. I'm assuming it'll be in Sweden, right?
No, no,
Gonna
no,
be
no.
Europe? Right.
Yeah, we've started working with a PR company in the UK, because the UK seems to be the right like platform for us, because there are lots of bands that play in the same genre as we do.
Right.
Not like right off. I mean, we don't sound exactly like them, but it's more like that than like US bands. And as a Swedish band, you can't make it in Sweden if you don't make it abroad before you. Yeah, we gotta go abroad, and like build the foundation out there before we take on Sweden. So the plan is to tour the UK in yeah, this coming spring, and then we'll take it from there. I hope we're coming. I hope we're coming to the US in 2015 as well to play. I mean that's that's always been my biggest dream. Uh, so I'm constantly working towards that goal. So yeah, hopefully.
Well, I wish you best of luck. And if you make it to the States and you're close to me, I will come see you guys for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, and drink beer, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of course. So tell me a little bit about this. You mentioned that in order to make it in Sweden, you have to make it big abroad. You need to make it abroad first. What's up with that?
Well,
Fans are rough.
probably is because I mean Sweden is a big country when it comes to metal music. So we have a lot of bands here, underground bands that are trying to make it, and yeah, there are just simply too many to go around here. And the only gigs you get here in Sweden are like small pub gigs where you don't even get any pay. And I mean, okay, pay is not the biggest thing in the world here, but at least, yeah, I mean, it makes it possible to do other stuff afterwards. So uh, yeah, and like going to other countries, people are very different there than in Sweden when it comes to like being at gigs. People here, they just stand with their arms crossed and just like the it's the music police,
Right.
so to speak.
So basically,
So
you need to go out and gain some credibility then, basically, right?
yeah,
Gotcha. Well, I hope that works well for you guys.
yeah. Sounds fucked up, I know.
Well, you know,
uh,
I mean, I get it. I get it.
uh,
So, what got you into music? What kind of influences did you have, or do you have to this day that made you want to do something like this?
oh man, I I've been wanting to become a rock star and do like live off of music since I was 4 years old. I heard my brother came home with the I believe it was the Holy Diver album that had just been released, uh, and he asked our mom if he could listen to heavy metal. She said sure, and he pressed play, and yeah, I've never looked back since. And then afterwards, bands like Pantera and Fear Factory, and yeah, you know, it's gone more and more extreme, so to speak. My taste and what I want to do. So I guess Phil Anselmo was like the guy who got it started in my brain that I want to do that.
Very cool, and I love that Dio was your first influence. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
he's awesome.
So, how long have you been doing this then? How long? I mean, I know you've only been with the band a couple years, but how long have you been singing?
Oh, well, the first album that I sang on was the Constructed Violated album. That was released in 2003. But I had been like singing just for fun in rehearsal studios since I was like 14. So
Nice.
I've been I've been growling for about over 20 years, and I'm like right. It's it isn't until now that I feel like it actually sounds good. So
So you kind of feel like you finally got it right where you want it?
yeah, I actually listened to the that Constructed album just before we started this interview, and I'm like I'm just amazed by the progression since then and how I've developed.
Very cool. Practice, right?
No, beer and beer and yeah, some practice, I guess.
Beer and stuff.
Yeah, correct.
So is there okay? So your brother brought home some metal. Was there anybody else in your life that had any kind of musical talent that kind of helped push you as well, or did you kind of find it on your own?
Yeah, my relatives on my mom's side have always been doing musical stuff, like singing in choirs and stuff like that. And my brother, he was the he was the one who started playing the guitar, and yeah, I picked up guitar and did that for some years, and then I went on to playing the bass, and I went to rock high school as a bassist. I only wish I had gone there as a singer today, but uh, yeah, so that's how that goes.
Nice, very cool, very cool. So how did the band come up with the name? Where does Despite come from?
Mm, I think it was from the beginning. I think it was like D, and then uh, like the D, the letter D, and then Spite. Uh, and I guess they changed that like yeah, like maybe 2005 or something. And I have no idea why it's called Despite, but it sounds good. It's short and it's easy to remember, and it looks good. So
Yeah, that sounds metal, so that's good
hmm
for sure. Okay, so I have a couple tracks that I've been playing on my show very regularly.
hmm
When can I myself and listeners and fans expect to hear more music?
we're working on 3 new songs at the moment. We're like we're into the pre-production phase. Uh, and we're I can't say for sure when we're gonna release the next song, but hopefully before the end of the year. And we've decided to not uh, not release albums and go for releasing singles more often instead.
Right.
So you'll get a single and then a single like 2 months later, and another single 2 months later, like constantly being, yeah,
That way you can
where
just kind of keep putting new music out, right?
yes,
Yeah. Nice.
correct.
Do you guys ever plan to put it into like an EP or anything? Or are you just gonna just stick to that single at a time kind of
Maybe,
strategy?
yeah, maybe we'll do like a compilation album like at the end of every year or
Right.
something like that, but it's too early to say. I
Right.
mean, the music business has it's changed lots and lots over the last couple of years, so you got to find different routes to take.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck with your strategy. I hope it pays off.
Yeah, thanks. A lot of strategies.
What what
What up?
where did you guys record those tracks at?
Well, we have our own studio in Gothenburg. It's a whole complex. We have a rehearsal studio, and we have a our own studio. It's a pro studio with a big fucking mixer table, and we even have our own kitchen and like sleeping like a bedroom.
Nice.
So yeah, and our drummer Oscar, he's a producer, so he works there uh, when he's not doing stuff with the band. So we're very fortunate to be able to to record professional sounding stuff there. Then me, I'm a music video director, and so we have lots that we can do for free, or I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I mean, God, that's awesome. I mean, beyond having this group of talented musicians, now you have these group of talented musicians that can do the
Yeah.
the production, the video. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Not very many bands are lucky like that. That's for sure.
No, because it's so fucking expensive.
Right.
Being a musician today, when nobody buys your albums.
Right.
They just want you to come to their town to play live, but it's kind of hard when nobody buys the music.
Right. Yeah. So does he, the drummer that has the studio and everything,
Mhm.
does he produce other bands then?
Yeah, yeah, sure does. He's I guess the latest album is recorded as the new Angle album. I don't know if you've heard of them, but it's Angle is like a side project of the one of the guitarists in Flames,
Oh, nice.
and yeah, and our drummer is the new drummer in Angle, so they recorded their new album there.
Nice.
I've heard it, and it sounds fucking awesome.
Well, you're gonna have to tell him that, that band or any other bands that he produces, if he wants to, if they want airplay, interviews,
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff, tell him to send them my way.
Ah, cool.
I'd be more than happy
Do that.
to, this is one big circle. We all help each other.
Ah, yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so where's a good place for people to go to find out more about Despite? What social networking, what websites do you guys use?
You can start by going to despiteofficial.com. Uh, we have all our links for social medias there, and you can listen to our previous album, Epic, there. And also, I mean, all the news will go up there, so you won't miss anything if you keep an eye out there. And we're also on Twitter at Despite Official. We have Facebook, of course, www.facebook.com/Despite Official. Uh, and I guess it doesn't matter if where you go out of these sites, because you're gonna find links to our music there.
Okay, very cool. Do you guys have any merchandise for sale at all?
Oh yeah, we have an online merch store on our website. So we've yeah, the new song is there to buy. It's cheap, of course, and we have some T-shirts and the previous albums and stuff.
Okay, very good. Well, everybody that hears is listening to this interview, check
Hmm.
these guys out on Facebook. Check out their official page. If you like their stuff, buy that track. Help support this band. Keep them rolling.
Hmm. Hmm. Helps a lot.
Definitely.
Yep.
So here's a question specifically for you.
Uh-huh.
If I grabbed your iPod or MP3 player, however you like to listen to music, what bands would I find you listening to right now?
I'm really into progressive metal, like mostly European progressive metal, uh, like Tesseract, Heart of a Coward, Hacktivist, uh, Monuments, Periphery, bands like that.
Nice.
Mostly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite all-time band if you could pick, if you had to pick one?
Oh man.
I know that's a tough question, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it is. Hmm, can't decide, but it's. I mean, Pantera has been a huge influence on me, so I guess Pantera or Meshuggah, because that's another band that's influenced me a lot.
Nice.
So one of those. I can't pick one.
Oh, I get it. I get it, man. The first time I heard Pantera, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, yeah, I remember it. I was going to see Megadeth play.
My favorite
Uh,
band, by the way.
yeah, okay. um, they were here on their Countdown to Extinction tour, and me and my friends went to see them. And Pantera were the opening act. They were on their vulgar display of power tour. So I mean,
Yep.
I think you know where we're going with this.
Yes, I
They
do.
they they absolutely crushed Megadeth. I stopped listening to Megadeth that very evening and went and bought all the Pantera stuff. That was just that was the best gig ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Mm.
I love, as far as Pantera goes, I mean, I love all their albums, but I love Cowboys from
Uh,
Hell. That's one of my favorites.
yeah, yeah, that one and vulgar display of power. Those
Yeah,
are
they're far beyond
amazing.
driven. They're all good, you know?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So when you're not singing and doing musical stuff, what do you do to
Mm.
relax? You have any crazy hobbies or anything you like to do?
Well, I play a lot of video games. I'm a real hardcore nerd, really. I play a lot of WoW, and I've bought a PS4 and playing Destiny on it. So
Nice.
yeah.
So what would you say sets despite what I'm trying to say? See, this is the beauty of recording this. I'm going to be able to cut this crap out.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
What would you say sets Despite apart from all the other bands out there trying to make something of themselves? I mean, there's a lot of them.
Hmm. Uh, I guess I'd have to say the diversity of our sound. Uh, we try not to like stick to any molds. We kind of do what we feel like for the moment. We could even release a song later. I don't know. It's we don't have any rules. And then another thing is that we've always been like very open to our fans uh, and people uh, around us. We're very easy to get a hold of. We're constantly on social medias talking to fans, and uh, I don't think too many bands are doing that today. They just like let somebody on their record label run their Twitter and just go on about uh, their own stuff. But I think that's a very important thing to connect with the fans.
Oh, no doubt. If you're going to be successful or have a chance, you need to live and breathe this, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
And it has to
def-
come from you, not some dude in a suit.
yeah, right.
I mean, unless you guys wear suits on stage as a band, I mean that's fine.
Yeah, we don't.
I didn't figure so.
Oh.
So speaking of live on stage, I know you mentioned you guys haven't done a whole lot of live shows, but maybe this question you'll have to think back to the past. But
Mhm.
what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at a live show you've done? And when I say crazy, it doesn't have to be bad. It can be something really cool.
Okay. Then I'll have to bring up we did a gig with my old band, Carnal Forge, in Finland somewhere, uh, and I fell off the stage twice because I was running so so much on stage. and I was drunk too, of course.
Running,
So
drinking, it all happens like that, doesn't it?
yeah, it's a crazy gig.
That was crazy.
Mm.
Okay, so now is time for the most important question of the interview.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I cannot stress that I am being very sarcastic right now.
Okay. Go for it.
Which one of you guys in the band will spend or has or will in the future spend the most time in front of a mirror before you go live on stage?
Okay, that's a definite Andre. He's he's the guy who'll get all the groupies. Just just look at the photos and the video, and you'll get it.
Good for Andre. Go
He, he's a
take it,
pussy
brother.
magnet, I guess.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's my favorite question to ask bands, by the way.
Yeah.
At least when it goes well. Sometimes you get the dead silence. You're like, oops.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to mention about Despite that I have not asked? You want to make sure people know about you guys?
Well, yeah, just check out the new single Chaos Trigger. We have a lyric video for it up on YouTube at youtube.com/despiteofficial. Uh, that's about it. We're, I guess, look out for us in the future. We'll probably come on tour where you live.
Well,
So,
I look forward to it.
yeah, me too.
I was actually listening to the two tracks you sent me before we started the interview.
Hmm.
That's how
Oh,
I prep for an interview. I listen to the band's music,
yeah,
get
yeah,
myself
that's
all
good.
psyched up.
Yeah.
So, okay, man. Well, thanks for taking time to call in. Thanks for sending me tracks. Please,
No problem.
please tell the rest of the band I said hello, and myself and other members of the station, DJs, fans, look forward to more tracks from more tunes from you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
And when
We'll
you
see you
guys
soon.
next year, when you guys get things sorted, when you're getting ready to go on tour, if you want to do another interview to kind of help promote that, because we do get a lot of European listeners and fans, feel free
Ah,
to hit me up and we can make that happen.
yeah, that would be great.
So,
Sounds
okay,
great, dude. Yep. Take care.
man.
Thanks for the interview.
Yeah, you're welcome. Definitely.
Great.
All right, later. Bye.
Bye.